What's up, everyone? It's your host, Ghost, coming to you live with another wonderful video. Yes. As you can hear, I finally got my stream deck working. So I'll be trying to use it as much, maybe not as much as I can, but as often. Only had a few sounds on there, so I got to work on adding more sounds that would be appropriate. But yeah, there we go. Anyways, how's everyone doing today? I am doing well myself. Okay, good. Just make sure everything is good to go. All right. So, got a few topics today. The lawyer who is representing Lenoard Keir's family is saying that Lenoard Keir was murdered or shot by police for being black. Now, he says this all the while ignoring the fact that at least on the body cam and all the footage we have, Lenoard Keir is seen actively trying to, is actively trying to kill the police officer, which kind of is an important factor when you're looking at the death of someone. There's a picture here that shows him trying to suffocate the police officer, and then so obviously this attorney's trying to just make some money and bring up the false narrative. It's kind of common. We see it all the time nowadays. At least recently. I mean, like, you take even Jacob Blake's family. You take Jacob Blake's family, did the same thing, even though we had footage of him actively trying to murder someone. Actively not only get called by police to by the woman he had an order against, but also the footage we saw. He goes into the car. No one know, police don't know what he's going for, and it's pretty reasonable for him to be going for a gun, etc. I think he gets shot. He doesn't die, but he gets injured severely, and then there's a whole riot, and then everyone. Anyways, so we'll look at what Benjamin Crump is saying, and then afterwards we're going to look at Tim Scott. And his campaign has lost momentum. Tim Scott is running for president, and he is fairly low in the polls. So he's lost momentum in his bid for the White House, and now is apparently going all in on the Ohio caucus. And then you're apparently not a real man if you don't want to take care of your pregnant girlfriend who got pregnant by another guy. And I'm assuming this is all while in a relationship. They're in a relationship. I'm assuming that, but we'll see for sure. Coming soon. So we'll watch that TikTok video and laugh. And then a woman has been arrested for trying to get close to Trump in the New York trial that's going on, his civil trial. So we'll look at that. And then apparently Marjorie Taylor Greene is detailing the allegations against Joe Biden, money laundering. Okay, try that again. Apparently Joe Biden money laundering allegations are detailed by Marjorie Taylor Greene. There we go. And then we'll laugh at the Marines, and you'll see why. And finally, it's apparently so expensive to live that a woman goes on TikTok and asks for bills. Asks for people to help pay her bills. So that is the plan for the day. But yeah, so before we get into it, make sure you follow me at official W Ghost on X or Twitter, however you want to call it. That's the best way to find me, and get tweets when I go live, etc. And then, of course, follow me here on Rumble, rumble.com/with-ghost. Oh, sorry, had something stuck in my teeth and it came out. But yeah, /with-ghost. That is the best way to find me because what is, well, not the best way to find me. I mean, that is my main channel, daily show, 6:30 to 7:30 ish. You can check me out there. And then, of course, I have a gaming channel, Gaming with Ghost. That's rumble.com/gaming with Ghost. All the links are in the description to my various channels. So make sure you check it out. All right. So here we go. BLM, it's Black Lives Matter, people. Celebrity lawyer Benjamin Crump, who has enriched himself representing the families of BLM martyrs, says Lenoard Curry was shot for being black. Curry was caught on dash cam footage suffocating a deputy in Florida before being shot dead. So, I mean, I think first of all, this guy is a celebrity, a BLM celebrity martyr. That should be something you should be aware of. I'm concerned about. Because anyone who's a celebrity lawyer for BLM obviously cares less about the actual matters of the case and cares more about the perceived wrongs that they're trying to present. What the hell? Dude, I don't even know. All right. Fucking hell. Oh my God. What the hell? All this crap. Now, let's stop for a second. Rewind it a bit. Now, who's Lenoard Curry? Well, if anyone has seen, the video, it's a very classic, thing. Traffic stop happens. All of a sudden, guy gets out. He and the officer end up fighting. Guy ends up dead. Now, if I remember, it's been a while since I've seen the video, but if I remember correctly, it was the guy, Lenoard Curry, was the one who was the initial aggressor in it all. Let's see. Or Lenoard Kier. I keep saying Curry, but it's actually Lenoard Kier. There it is. So you know what we'll do? We'll watch the first off, before I even get into this, we'll watch the press conference first. That's what we'll do. So that's what we'll do first. We will watch the the original video first. This is GA police released dash cam footage of police shooting of BLM activist Lenoard Curry. I keep saying Curry for some reason. Kier. He chokehold a deputy in the video. So there we go. So let's watch the video.
Step out! Get out!
Okay, he's told to get out.
Put your hands back here. I ain't doing shit. Put your damn hands back here.
Or he says, I ain't doing shit. Resisting arrest.
Sheriff's office. My name is I don't care. Step to the rear of this vehicle.
In the name of who?
In the name of the law of the state of Georgia. Step back here now or you're getting tased.
Watch me now.
Put your hands on the back of that truck.
Do you see that?
Put your hands on the back of that truck.
The back of the truck.
Both hands. Turn around. 34. Can you send me another unit? One non-compliant.
Your name is Officer who?
Staff Sergeant Aldridge with the Camden County Sheriff's Office.
Who county?
Camden County. Put your hand behind your back.
Do I have a warrant? Wait. No.
Oh, he's already resisting
Put your
arrest.
hands behind your back or you're getting tased. I'm telling you that right now.
Why am I getting tased?
Because you are under arrest for speeding and reckless driving.
I'm not driving. Nobody was hurt. How was I speeding?
You passed me doing 100 miles an hour.
Oh shit, that's really fucking fast. I don't like speeding laws at all. I think they're dumb. I think, most of the time, there's just a way for cops to get their, their quota to, arrest amount of people. And, they say they don't got a quota. They got a quota. All right. If they don't have a certain number of arrests, we all know that they do. Because if they don't have a certain number of arrests, and they don't, or tickets or something like that, they get talking tos, they lose funding, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So yes, they have a fucking quota. And that's all speeding laws are. It's just a way to help cops get their quotas. I mean, 100 miles per hour is pretty fucking ridiculous. And it is the law, so you're gonna have to obey it, regardless of whether you agree with it or not. But 100 miles an hour is pretty fucking ridiculous. I mean, but yeah, he may be right. There's no one got hurt or anything, but it is the law. You still gotta obey the law, no matter how dumb you think the law is.
Speeding ticket, right?
Sir, tickets in the state of Georgia are criminal offenses.
I don't have a ticket in Georgia.
You do now.
Why?
You passed me doing 100 miles an hour.
And what? Am I going?
Hands behind your back. Yes, you are going to jail. Hands behind your back.
Yeah, he tased him.
Put your hands behind your back.
All right, here he is. He's fighting with the cop. This is why cops need to have like some actual hand-to-hand combat fighting. So let's go through this escalation. He uses a taser, and then he gets into a hand-to-hand conflict with the guy. The guy initiates the hand-to-hand conflict. They struggle for a bit. Looks like he just pulls out his baton to use it. Okay. Now it looks like he's kind of pushing the cop back, and then he shoots him.
Stay down. Stay down.
Yeah, so that was a baton. I think he's trying to hit him.
Yeah, bitch. Yeah, bitch.
And then he shoots him.
Stay down. Stay down. Stay down. Camden, shots fired. Shots fired, Camden. Stay down. Do not get up. Stay down. Stay down.
So there we go. Now, first off, El Cop. He's fighting one old guy. He's losing. Everything. No, this is why cops need to have some hand-to-hand training. They really don't. They got tool belts and they don't have much hand-to-hand training. That's what they really need is some hand-to-hand combat training. But whatever. That's not a point. Now, you could say the cop's being a little aggro in his approach and everything. Maybe so. But regardless of how much of an asshole the cop is being or how aggro or aggressive he's being, you still got to comply with his commands. Because most of the time, cops going to be found clear of any wrongdoing. As long as they can reasonably articulate why they're doing what they're doing, they got qualified immunity, etc., etc. So it's always good just to comply with what cops say and regardless of how unreasonable it is to you, and just do what they say, put your hands behind your back, and then when it comes time to fight, something, do it in the court, because if you fight it in the court of law, you'll at least be alive. When you fight the cop on the street, you're going to end up there's a good chance you'll end up dead. But let's go back through this.
Hands behind your back. Push back. Jail. Hands behind your back. You were going.
So he's been told. So Lenoard, Mr. Keir, has been told multiple times, keep your hands on the vehicle. I will tase you if you don't comply. Put your hands behind your back, etc., etc. He doesn't comply. He keeps fighting him.
Going to jail.
And he puts his hands up, and then finally the officer tases him. So he's getting tased here. Turn this off. He's getting tased here, and then he goes and initiates a hand-to-hand confrontation with the cop. Cop goes for it. See, probably when he starts approaching was when he should have gotten his baton out. Probably when he should have. He's like flailing. Or at the very least, he should have taken out the shooting prongs from his taser so he could just dry stun him. And dry stun is just where you use the actual things on the gun itself. You got to actually touch someone to do it. You don't have like the prongs to shoot out. So they go into a hand-to-hand confrontation. Cop is losing badly. And then he goes, see, I think the cop has been generally doing a lot of things right. He first uses a taser, doesn't work. He pulls out his baton to use that. You see him trying to use the baton now. And then he doesn't seem to be able to use it. He tries to use it, and then he's getting pushed back with it, basically like with his, being like kind of choked out, with just a hand. Okay, he's just being choked out like that. Okay. So choked out like that, on the neck, choked out, being pushed back. Mr. Keir's being, yeah, bitch. And then finally, when the cop can't do anything, he pulls out his gun and shoots him. So there's a degree of escalating in force. He goes for the taser. That doesn't work. He gets into a hand-to-hand confrontation. He pulls out his baton, doesn't seem to be able to use it, and then he finally pulls out his gun and uses that. I mean, when it comes to progression of violence, it kind of seems to be fairly reasonable. Because, he doesn't shoot him. So, again, if, well, I mean, it's just ridiculous. Shot because he was black. He wasn't shot because he was black. He was shot because he was trying to kill the cop. All right. So back to this. Notorious race-baiting lawyer Ben Crump says Georgia man, Lenoard Keir, who attacked a cop at a traffic stop, was shot for being black. We absolutely do not believe if he was a white citizen, he would have been killed for a traffic stop. Crump said. Well, that's incorrect right there, Mr. Crump, moron. Because hold on. You're saying that he was killed for a traffic stop. That's incorrect. Keir wasn't killed for a traffic stop. He was being arrested for a traffic stop. That's correct. Yes, absolutely. He was being arrested for one. But he wasn't shot and killed for one. That's incorrect, good sir. He was shot and I guess died because he was attacking a cop and trying to kill him, it looked like. If you can see the picture right here, it's a little better. You can see Crump's hand was over the cop's mouth and maybe his nose. Image isn't 100% clear. Maybe I can bring it. I don't know. Okay. No, never mind. Oh, yeah, there's no way I can zoom and it be clear. So, yeah, that's incorrect. So, obviously, this guy is all about, if you're black, then the only reason you're stopped by cops is if you're black. So, in an October 18th press conference, alongside the family members of Lenoard Keir, who was fatally shot during a traffic stop after attacking a police officer. Civil rights attorney Ben Crump claimed that Keir would not have been killed if he was white. We absolutely do not believe if he was a white citizen, he would have been killed for a traffic stop. Now, let me, say this. I hate stuff like that. If he was white, he wouldn't have. No. I guarantee same circumstances. The only difference with Keir was his skin color. He'd still be shot. Now, the thing that would have changed is there would be no coverage of it, really. No one would care. So let's see what this idiot lawyer says.
Absolutely do not believe if he was a white citizen, he would have been killed for a traffic stop. We don't believe, we know.
Well, that's incorrect. He wasn't killed for a traffic stop. He was killed for trying to kill a cop. Simple as that. Keir was pulled over by a sheriff's deputy on October 16th for going over 100 miles per hour in his truck on Interstate 95, just north of Jacksonville, Florida. Footage from the incident released by police showed Keir not cooperating with officers, saying, "I ain't doing shit," when he asked to step out of the vehicle, refusing to put his hand on the back of the vehicle when he did step out. Keir was tased by an officer and went on to lunge at him, grab his face, and push him over to the back of his truck, telling the officer, yeah, bitch. As he pushed his hand over the officer's chin and mouth. Sheriff deputy managed to wrestle Keir to the ground, and in the ensuing struggle, fired a single bullet, striking just below his armpit. Well, that's incorrect. That's incorrect right here. He didn't wrestle him to the ground. He shot him while they were still standing. So here, this is an incorrect description right here. We just watched the video. So L Ryder, because he didn't get wrestled to the ground. We just saw the video. He was standing up, choking out the cop, and then got shot, and then went to the ground. So let's be accurate here. All right, Keir was convicted of armed robbery in 2003, sentenced to life in prison. However, he was exonerated in 2020. Well, he didn't really make it far, it looks like. According to GPM, GPB, it's just a tragic situation. There was an attempt to de-escalate the matter from the beginning by the law enforcement officer. The words that you're going to be arrested and go to jail after being wrongfully convicted for all those years, we believe triggered him. Well, that's dumb. Because, the difference between his 2003 conviction and this one was he was doing 100 miles per hour. And I'm sure he fucking knew it. Crum notably represented the families of George Floyd and Trayvon Martin, two black men that were fatally shot and whose deaths sparked riots across the country. And both are criminals and both were morons. I mean, George Floyd died of an overdose. Trayvon Martin was trying to kill a police officer, if I remember the correct Trayvon Martin. In a separate... okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So, yeah. What the fuck? Okay. In a separate traffic stop incident involving Tyreen Nicholas, who was killed after a traffic stop, in which 5 black Memphis police officers beat, tased, and pepper sprayed the man, Crump said black people have simple encounters with police and they end up dead. That's incorrect. I mean, this Tyree Nichols, this was bad cops all the way around, if I remember correctly. Yeah, very, Very bad police work there, and I hope those cops are being charged and convicted of the brutality they were doing to that guy. George Floyd and Trayvon Martin, they weren't doing simple things. They're actively resisting and trying to kill the police officers. So those aren't simple encounters. Black people have simple encounters with police all the time. They don't end up dead. And then he goes on to say, we don't hear about these things with our white brothers and sisters. Well, there you go. You want to know why? Because the media doesn't report on this. But white people get killed by police far more than black people. You just don't hear about it. Oh, okay. Okay. So the officers face charges of second-degree murder, aggravated assault, aggravated kidnapping, official misconduct, and official oppression, according to Fox News, and have been fired. That's those cops that are involved with the Tyree Nichols thing. We've never seen swift justice like this. Crump said justice didn't move swiftly for them when they were killed by white officers. Crump has also called for a police officer to be prosecuted in the case of Patrick Loya, who was fatally shot after running from cops during a traffic stop. We demand the officer who was killed, or the officers who killed Patrick, not only be terminated from his use of excessive force and fatal force, but be arrested and prosecuted for the violent killing, Crump said, according to Fox News. Equal justice requires it. Yeah, shut up, dude. So yeah, this guy's just a race baiter. That's all he is. He doesn't give a shit about, if Keir was white and this happened, he wouldn't be there at all. He doesn't give a shit. So I yeah. So yeah, that's just all bullshit. Like, this guy doesn't give a shit. He doesn't care that Keir was killed by police or anything. He just wants to get paid. Of course, we all want to get paid. Sorry. Just using an ad blocker. All right, sorry, but yeah, I don't even remember what I was fucking saying. Yeah, this Crumb guy doesn't give a shit about, like I said, if Keir wasn't black, this guy would be nowhere in sight. He wouldn't give a shit. But there we are. There we are at the state of the world. And he's such a fucking liar. Oh, he was killed for a traffic stop. No, he wasn't killed for a traffic stop. He was killed because he was trying to kill another police officer. How is this hard to understand? I don't understand how this is hard to understand. He wasn't killed because he was black. He was killed because he was actively trying to kill a police officer. Don't fight the cops. You won't win. And even if you do win, you'll still lose. Like this, it's dumb. And speaking of dumb, it's dumb if you don't try out coffee brand coffee. Coffee brand coffee is my favorite coffee. Oh fuck, I'm so tired. But coffee brand coffee is the coffee I like. If you want to try out coffee brand coffee, use my referral code right there and the coupon code. Give you 5% off. Now, what is coffee brand coffee? It's a coffee company, clearly. They got a variety of different coffees. They range from, they got classics, light to dark roast. They got bourbon flavored. They got Rocky Road flavored. But my personal favorite is French toast flavored. That is what I'm currently drinking. That's what you see me drinking now. It is quite delicious. Goes great with oat milk. Now, just can't fucking get the temperature right. It's cold as hell. Now, if you don't like coffee, there's tea for my British folks. Tea is also available at Coffee Brand Coffee. They got oolong, chamomile, biscotti, apple pie, variety of different kinds of coffee. Now, if you don't like either of those, coffee or tea, there's hot chocolate. It's here. Winter is here. At least fall is, but winter is coming, as Ned Stark would like to say. And with winter means it's cold as hell. And it being cold as hell, guess what? That means you need something warm to keep you warm, or something warm and delicious to keep you warm at night. So I recommend you try out Coffee Brand Coffee's hot chocolate. They got velvety, marshmallow, caramel. Yeah. So if you don't like tea or coffee, there's hot chocolate. And they got snacks, mostly nuts, variety of kind of nuts, but also some saltwater taffy. So if you want to try out Coffee Brand Coffee, use my referral code or the coupon code GHOST. That will give you 5% off. If you subscribe, that gives you 10% off, but you cannot use my referral code or coupon code to get any additional 5% off. It's just the 10%. Regardless of what you do, please use the referral code at checkout, please use my referral code, because if you use my referral code, that gives me credit. So yeah, check out Coffee Brand Coffee. All right, back to it. So Tim Scott shifts the bulk of his resources to Iowa as campaign struggles nationally. Now, god damn it, dude. Hold on, my fucking thing is. Hold on, computer fucking froze for whatever reason. Oh, computer. What the hell? There we go. Fucking hell. Okay. So hold on real quick. Let's check out the latest poll. I'm going to do that right now. So the latest poll has Trump at 58, DeSantis at 13, Haley at 8.3, Ramaswamy at 4.8, Pence 3.4, Christie 2.4, Scott 1.8, Burgum 0.6, Hutchinson 0.5. So that's the general poll nationally. And speaking of the poll, let me see if there's different thing. Or speaking of the GOP presidential poll, I will be covering the GOP poll live. Or not poll, the GOP debate, the third one, live on November 8th. So check me out then. All right, so shifts the bulk of its resources to Iowa as campaign struggles nationally. South Carolina Republican presidential campaign said it's will double staff in Iowa, moving money and staff away from New Hampshire. Senator Tim Scott presidential campaign is going all in on the Iowa caucus as his White House bid struggles to gain momentum nationally among Republicans. Scott's campaign said it will shift resources from New Hampshire to Iowa, doubling its staff in Iowa and opening new headquarters in West Des Moines. It also plans to spend more advertising ahead of the first in the nation caucus on January 15th. It said in a statement. Tim Scott is all in on Iowa. Campaign manager Jen DeCasper said in a statement Monday. No other candidate has the resources, the foundations of support, and the message to be successful in the Hawkeye state. Okay. Des Moines Register first reported the campaign's new focus on Iowa. The campaign's revised strategy will bring Scott of South Carolina back to Iowa every week in the lead up to the caucus. Scott will conclude a 5-day tour of the state Tuesday, but the move also underscores faltering aspects of his campaign. His numbers have plateaued in both early state and national polls. The main super PAC supporting him recently canceled its planned fall ad buy, and concerns persist about whether he can meet the poll threshold to qualify for the next Republican primary debate. He won't. A new national poll conducted by USA Today and Suffolk University has Scott tied for fourth place with Vivek Ramaswamy, and at almost 3% among Republican respondents. When was this written? This was written yesterday. Okay, I just looked one up. I don't know. Well, the one I looked up was average, but whatever. We're going to make our stake right here in the great state of Iowa first. It will take our momentum wherever we go next, Scott said Monday at a campaign event in Marshalltown, Iowa. My message resonates here really well, said Scott, adding that he believes his faith-based message will propel him to the victory in the state. Building momentum among evangelicals voters in Iowa deemed persuadable may be the Scott campaign's best opportunity to prove the viability of his White House bid. In a meeting with donors in this month in Dallas, senior campaign officials argue that the evangelical lane in Iowa is unoccupied and positions Scott to have a better shot than his GOP rivals in appealing to the group, giving his high net favorability rating. Among likely caucus goers in Iowa, Scott was second only to former President Donald Trump in favorability, according to an NBC Des Moines Register /Mediacom poll. But Scott's unfavorable numbers were half those of Trump. All right, so yeah, it looks like Scott's really going. I don't think he's even going to make the debate. Let's see. So yeah, Wednesday, November 8th. Check me out there where I will be watching it live and reacting to it. All right. So what qualifies? So these are the qualifications for making the third debate. Candidates must hit at least 4% in 2 national polls, or 4% in 1 national poll, and 4% in polls of 2 different early primary states. Candidates also need to have 70,000 donors to make it to the debate stage, all by the November 6th deadline. Let's see, when did this political thing came out? All right, so this was from October 16th. Oh, it was updated today at 7:51 a.m. Eastern time. So these are who have qualified so far. So former President Donald Trump, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, Vivek Ramaswamy, Nikki Haley, and Chris Christie have all qualified for the debate. Mike Pence has met the poll requirements, but still needs to hit 70,000 donors. And Tim Scott still needs to hit 4% in 1 national poll and needs to reach 70,000 donors. And it looks like Donald Trump is still not going to show up to the debate, which is fine. He's doing well in the polls. He really doesn't need to. But anyways, that's all who's qualified so far for the debate. I was right in my prediction that Vivek and Nikki were going to make it. I mean, Trump was an obvious. And so was DeSantis. And so that poll I just read before this one, I don't know when it was written, and it was an average, so that might be why. But I don't think Vivek was 3. But anyways, I'm surprised Chris Christie has qualified, but you know, I guess we get to hear more I hate Donald Trump stuff from him. So cool. All right. So here we go. You're not a real man is the basis of this shit. It's what I gathered from it. And I'm just using context clues from from right here. This is from Rich Cooper. I think he's some red pill guy, but a lot of red pill people don't like him, if I'm right. Yeah, Rich Cooper. All right, so I'm using the context clues from she got knocked up by another dude, and she's talking about what a real man is. So that's what I'm assuming she's going to say. You're not a real man because you're not going to take care of me after I've had a baby, or I'm having a baby by another guy. All right, so let's see what she says. Here we go.
You're a loser.
Wow.
How am I supposed to be with you when I got these men all the time in my DMs offering me luxury cruises, mansions, all this different stuff, and then I come home to you playing video games in your underwear?
It was good when we first started dating.
That's 7 years ago. I've grown as a person, and you haven't. I've outgrown.
Translations: I've gotten a lot more dick from other guys while you've done nothing.
You.
Wow. So after all these years, you have to tell me that about getting pregnant by another man? We couldn't separate for you. We couldn't have this conversation before we got to this part.
Things happen, but
Look, man, she just fell on some dick. Like, it wasn't her fault. She didn't mean to. She just slipped and fell and landed on some dick. Come on, dude. Come on. I understand that. Come on.
I had to find out you was pregnant.
You weren't taking
How low
care
of you?
of me.
That's low.
You were not. The bottom line is that you were not taking care of me.
I'm a hard-working man. I get.
Okay, if he wasn't taking care of you, then why didn't you just break up with him and move on? Like, what is this? What is this cope? You weren't taking care of me. Then why did you stick around, dumbass?
To another man's arms.
I'm a hard-working man. I gave you everything you asked for me. What more you want?
I'm in here splitting half of these bills.
Oh,
You're
there we
not
go.
taking care of me.
The rent is $4,000.
So? First off, $4,000? That's fucking crazy, dude. Move. $4,000?
Real man could pay that $4,000 and then some. I should be in the hills somewhere.
Well, okay. You don't just automatically get to be in a house. You got to earn to be in the house. You got to be a good woman to be in. Let me finish this video. Hold on.
You know, this is expensive. I gotta maintain with Botox. You know, like, you don't want me looking older. I gotta take care of myself. You don't pay for that. You have all these expectations on me that you can't even provide.
Real man is not proven.
Okay. Yeah, there was a weird cutoff. What the fuck? Okay. So, what the fuck? All right, this was the one I thought it was going to be. I mean, it kind of is, but it's not. But, you know, she is right. You can't really... Look, the fact she got pregnant from another guy. Why are you talking to her? She got pregnant with another dude, kick her out, and send her back to the guy that got her pregnant. Like, don't have a conversation with a disloyal woman. Like, this doesn't make any sense. Why are you talking with her? And why are you recording it? It's so dumb to record this shit. Like, I understand recording if she's aggressive and being violent and everything, but why are you recording this and putting it on TikTok? Obviously, this is probably more than likely a bullshit thing. It's probably fake, but it's dumb. But she is right, you know. If you're not taking care of your woman, you really aren't a real guy, man. Like, you know, splitting bills and all that stuff. Like, yeah, rent's $4,000. That's really steep, but you find a different place to live. God damn, $4,000 fucking dollars. Where does this guy live? My rent's like 23. All right, let's watch this again because there's some other points, but I can't think of them right now, so I need to re-listen to this dumb thing.
You're a loser.
Wow.
How am I supposed to be with you when I got these men all the time in my DMs offering me luxury cruises, mansions, all this different stuff, and then I come home to you playing.
All right, so she's talking about guys in her DMs. Why are you on social media if you're in a relationship? Now, this is FOMO right here, fear of missing out. You know, this chick's, you know, and again, I'm assuming this is 100% real. I don't think it is. I mean, it's Miss Hustler 03. It's probably a fake fucking video. But let's just, you know, for the sake of the argument, let's just assume that all this is true. This is a real thing that's going on. But odds are this is a fake fuck video. But yeah, a lot of modern women, they have a bunch of DMs from even average looking women have a bunch of DMs from, you know, successful guys trying to, you know, fly them out, trying to give them experiences that you can. So, you know, this is FOMO she has. She has fear of missing out. And she, you know, clearly, yeah, according to her, her man doesn't do, you know, he works and then he sits down and relaxes and plays some video games. All right, no big deal there. But, you know, it's going to be something women are going to be thinking of when they got a bunch of DMs from dudes. So that's why your woman should never be on social media. Or at least have their shit on private, or have their, you know, don't have a photo in their Instagram and all that shit.
Playing video games in your underwear.
It was good when we first started dating.
That's 7 years ago.
Yeah, 7 years ago, it was all good. Now I'm like, now she's like,
grown as a person.
I've grown as a person. So what that means is I've grown as a person. I mean, I'm starting to make more money than you, and you are not providing me with the security I require as a woman to be with a man. You are not providing, and you are not securing me, and I am making more money than you, and I am not respecting you.
Outgrown you.
Wow. So after all these years, you have to tell me that about getting pregnant by another man? We couldn't separate for you. We couldn't have this conversation.
I mean,
before we got to this.
Yeah, things happen, man. She just fell on some dick, all right? Like, you know, she says things happen. Translation, I just, you know, you're a fucking loser. I'm going to go fuck some other dude, and now I'm pregnant by him.
This part.
Things happen.
Again, we're assuming all this is true, and this isn't complete and utter bullshit.
But
I had to find out you was pregnant.
You weren't
How low
care
of
of
you?
me.
That's low.
You were not. The bottom line is that you were not taking care of
I'm
me.
a hard-working man. I get
another man's arms.
You weren't taking care of me, so I went and got some random dick.
I'm a hard-working man. I gave you everything you asked for me. What more you want?
I'm in here splitting half of these bills.
See, that's where he's failing there. You don't split bit. Like, look, when you're just starting out, you're a kid, you know, you're going to have to split bills. Yeah, no problem. I understand that. But, you know, this guy's older. They've been together for 7 years. So, let's say they got together at 18. That makes them, what, 25 now? Is my math right? Yeah, 25. And that's assuming they started dating at 18. You need to be starting to, that's when you should be having a career that's, or at least have found a career that makes them a decent amount of money. Also, $4,000. Like, where the fuck is he living in California? This is probably in California, right? $4,000 fucking dollars. That is fucking ridiculous for rent. But anyways, I get what she's saying, honestly. I can honestly understand what she's saying when it comes to you're not taking care of me, I'm splitting half these bills with you. No, look, you need to be taking care of, this chick here doesn't deserve to be taken care of, let's be honest. If her solution is after all this, I'm just gonna go and get some dick, then fuck her. Kick her to the curb, dude. But why are you splitting bills with your chick? You should be, I guess 25, it might be a little unreasonable, but it shouldn't be split. Should be paying the majority and her like a quarter of the bills at this point. If you're having a well-established job. So, you should be paying $3,000 in the rent. She should be paying like $1,000 in the rent. That kind of thing, but not splitting bills.
You're not taking care of me.
The rent is $4,000.
So? A real man could pay that $4,000 and then some. I should be in the hills somewhere.
This chick doesn't deserve to be in the house. Like, what she means is, she should be, not working, relaxing, being provided for. You don't deserve it, lady. Look at you. Look at what you're wearing. Like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, I don't understand. It's like a crop top with like little like fucking handles or some shit like that. Well, this is dumb. This is a weird outfit. But no, that's not why she shouldn't be taken care of. She shouldn't be taken care of because she's not loyal. Loyalty is above all what men we men ask for. Is a woman that's loyal to us. And if things are hard and you just go and get some dick, you're not loyal, so you don't deserve to be in the house. I should be in that. No. You should have earned the right to be in the house. I don't think you've probably earned the right to be in the house while your man take care of you. How do I know this, or why do I think this? The fact that her solution after everything is to, instead of separate and go get some dick, that's her solution. So clearly, whatever.
This is expensive. I gotta maintain with Botox.
You gotta maintain with Botox? Oh man, whatever.
You don't want me looking older. I gotta take care of myself. You don't pay for that. You have all these expectations on me that you can't even provide.
I mean, what expectations does he have? This is my question. It's like, what expectations does he have? Does he expect you, because most guys, if we're with you, we find you attractive. Let's get the straight, chicks. Ladies, if we are with you, we find you attractive. When we no longer find you attractive, unless we're married, we will leave. Let's just make it clear. Okay, if we're with you, we find you attractive. So this whole I gotta do Botox, I highly doubt he cares too much about your Botox and shit. And Botox is for other dudes, lady. Let's be honest. And there's proof of that because she went and got some other dick. So again, it's a TikTok video, so odds are it's complete and utter bullshit. Yeah, it's complete and utter bullshit. But yeah, no, it's a funny video at the very least. You're not taking care of me. I gotta maintain this with Botox. So obviously that means she's significantly older than my saying she. I knew she was older than 25, but I'm just giving a rough estimate. It's expensive to maintain the Botox. You need Botox, really? Well, yeah. Again, it's TikTok. I can't really take much of it seriously. I mean, come on. It's probably a fake video. But it's kind of funny. Her solution to all this was, I gotta get some dick and get pregnant by another dude. Like the second you heard that she cheated, you should just kick her out, not even try to talk to her. Like, there's no saving that after, look, I love my wife to death, but if I find out she's fucking another dude, she's gone. Like, it is what it is. Like, what the fuck? And that's how we should treat, women that cheat. You just kick them to the curb. Like, men don't ask for much. Loyalty above all else. Loyal to us, we'll take care of you. Like, most men anyways, they respect loyalty. They will take care of you if you're loyal. It don't matter what we do or anything like that. If you're loyal to us, we will take care of you until our dying breath. Men reward loyalty. So if you want the best treatment out of a guy, you got to be loyal to him at all times, hard times and good times. But yeah, her at that part where she's like, I outgrew you. Translation, she started making more money than you. And when she started making more money than you, she stopped respecting you. And when she stopped respecting you, she went and got on some other guy's dick. And based on her hoop earrings, she got another black guy. She liked that BBC. But again, this is a TikTok video, 100% more likely than this is complete bullshit, which is fine. It is what is fine. It was entertaining to say the very least. But I will say this. If it was real, somehow, it's very gay to record it and put it on TikTok. It's really dumb. If it were true. It's not, but if it were real. All right, so here we go. So a woman was arrested after trying to get close to Trump at a New York trial. A witness at a civil frauds trial against Donald Trump was arrested after he stood up in the middle of the testimony and walked towards I think this is meant to be she. Walked towards the front of the courtroom where the former president was sitting. A woman claimed she wanted to help Trump, but the government claimed he and everyone else in the courtroom were safe at all times. The former president and likely 2024 Republican nominee for president did not react into court and later told reporters he was unaware of what happened, the Associated Press reported. Who got arrested? We didn't know anything about it. The woman, later revealed to be an employee of the court system, fled after being told by a court officer to take her seat again. After a short time, officers removed her from the courtroom and placed her on arrest for contempt of court, according to court spokesperson Lucien Chauvel. Chauvel testified that the woman had been shouting to Trump that she wanted to help him, but reporters in the courtroom did not hear her. Officers eventually removed her from the courthouse, but not before the public heard her yelling. Outside the courtroom, the woman was seen on an NBC camera telling court officers, "You're scaring me. I have a right to be here. I am an American citizen. I'm also a court reporter. I'm also just here to support Donald Trump." She went on to say that she'd been peacefully watching these proceedings and hold on. She went on to say she had been peacefully watching proceedings and complied when a court officer told her not to cause any more problems. While authorities investigate, Chauvin said the unidentified woman is on administrative leave and cannot enter state courts. What the hell? New York Attorney General Letitia James has filed a lawsuit against Trump and his company for allegedly providing false and misleading statements to bank and insurers regarding Trump's net worth and asset values. Although Eric N. Gordon has already found fraud as part of the Trump and his company, the trial will be set to have to deal with claims of conspiracy, insurance fraud, and tampering with business records. James claims that Trump's financial statements were pivotal to his ability to secure deals and loans, and testimony and exhibits presented at trial corroborate this. Trump has denied every allegation made by James. He claimed that the true value of his assets is much higher than what is disclosed in the disclaimers and that accompany his financial statements. State law does not permit a jury in this type of lawsuit, so the case will be decided by Enger. During a court break on Wednesday, Trump railed that the government lied. They didn't reveal all the evidence that made me totally innocent of anything that they say, added Trump, who has repeatedly accused James and Democrats of politically targeting him as he mounts a 2024 White House run for the White House. It's pretty fucking clear that, yeah, that's what they're fucking doing. James said outside the courtroom that none of his behaviors, which can be best described as performative, will change what's happening in the courtroom. I will not give up. I will not give in. Or I will not give in. I will not give up. I will only serve justice and enforce the law. Yeah, sure. Democratic mayor of Enger has issued a limited gag order. I think this is meant to be a judge. Preventing those involved in the case from making negative comments about his employees. The order was issued after Trump, on the second day of the trial, insulted the judge law clerk on Twitter. So there we go. I was going to do this money laundering thing from Joe Biden, but in all honesty, I'm not really that interested in it. I don't think anything's going to become of any of this crap with Joe Biden, and I realized I'm just not into it. It's getting a little late on my show, so I'm going to skip that. It's very uninteresting to me. I thought it would be, but now I'm thinking it's not that interesting. So we're going to skip the Joe Biden and maybe do it another day or not at all. But let's laugh at the Marine Corps, those crayon eaters. So our army is going to shit, and our enemies are laughing. Camp Lejeune Chow Hall. Now this is a Marine. It says Army, but this is Marines. This is a Marine hat. That's a Marine uniform. Those sleeves are Marine. So this guy's more than likely a Marine. I'm pretty sure Camp Lejeune is a Marine base. Yeah, it's a Marine Corps base. So odds are this guy right here is a Marine. This Marine in the chow hall wearing a fucking skirt, fishnets, and shoes. These. It's what happens when you eat crayons, guys. What the fuck is this shit? So fucking dumb. Oh, this is dumb. This is what happens to fucking, a military that allows dumb shit like this. Oh my God. Anyway, I just wanted to laugh at the Marine Corps. And don't get me wrong, I'm sure there's plenty of people in the Air Force, Army, Navy, especially the Navy, that do this, that are doing this. I'm sure there are plenty. But this is a picture of Marine Corps, so we're going to make fun of the Marines. So what the fuck? Just poor Marine Corps. All right. So I just wanted to laugh at that. So there you go. So here we are. Last but certainly not least. It's so expensive to live that this woman has to go on TikTok and ask people to help pay her bills. I'm kind of surprised because I was told the economy is flying. It's thriving, sorry. So this is from the tweet of Dr. Jebra Fasha. At first, I thought this is a real person, but I kind of am getting a sense that maybe this is really like a really good troll joke account. That's what I'm thinking is actually going on here. Now I could be wrong, but that's what I'm thinking, and I kind of hope it is, because if it isn't, this is just a troll account and it's just pretending to be really, really serious, then it is fucking hilarious. All right. So let's watch this video.
Very difficult video for me to make, but I have to ask for financial help from all of you again. All of this is also explained in the GoFundMe that I've made, the link for which you can see on my profile.
Is this a
But
dude?
for anyone else that maybe wants to learn from it here or is not aware, back in April, I lost my job.
Then get another job.
To a very robust campaign of hate and just plain lies from conservatives. They took a video of me where I was holding a firearm and attempted to paint me as some kind of terrorist. And you can see older videos of me describing the details of it more in depth. But needless to say, eventually my employer saw it and decided to take the articles, the conservative articles and everything at face value and just fired me. I was unable to find employment again until the very end of...
Okay, so this is a dude.
So I didn't start receiving income again until August. And that's also because the Colorado Unemployment Office made a mistake. Basically, I had my last job. I didn't get it until the very end of 2022. And the unemployment office only looks at your income from the previous year. And so they were only looking at the income from that employer. And so they paid me essentially nothing. It was a few $dozen every month or every week, sorry. So not enough to pay for a single one of my bills. It was essentially nothing. So I had no income.
Oh my God, this is a 5-minute video. Fucking hell. All right, hold on.
For 4 months, if it wasn't for the general...
I had to speed this up. This person's annoying to listen to.
Generosity of all of you. I had a GoFundMe at the beginning, and it fortunately went viral a bit, and I did get $12,000. And so I know many of you are thinking that sounds like a lot. You shouldn't have any financial problems. But I do live in Denver, and so my monthly expenses are $2,550. That includes my rent, my utilities, gas, and food, and my car payment. So the bare essentials. Nothing. I don't eat extravagantly. I don't do a lot of traveling. That is just the bare essentials. Nothing. Utilities. And so I know many of you are thinking that sounds like a lot. You shouldn't have any financial problems. But I do live in Denver, and so my monthly expenses are
$2,550 for monthly expenses. Mine are more than that.
$2,550. That includes my rent, my utilities.
So she should be good. She should have been good. Or sorry, God damn it! I'm fucking doing this. He should be good for what, 5 months? So how long has it been since? You're telling me in 5 months he hasn't been able to find a fucking job?
I don't eat extravagantly,
especially in Denver.
Traveling, that is just the bare essentials to survive every month. And so 4 months of that is $10,200. So right off the bat, that was most of the money that I fundraised. However, that's only the bare essentials of my expenses every month. Since I had also lost my health insurance, since I went through my employer, I also had to pay for all of my medication, all of my doctor visits, and my hair removal, all out of pocket. And so that took me well over.
Hold on. All right. If you are financially struggling, why are you paying for hair removal? Okay. 1. 2, medication, doctor visits, I'm assuming has to do with your transitioning crap. How about you stop that crap until you get a job and secure some health insurance? Just saying. How about you just stop that crap until you get health insurance again so you can live bare essentially?
Over the $12,000 that I was able to fundraise. In addition, a couple weeks ago, my car broke down. I had to replace both the cooling fan, and I also had struck a piece of concrete that was in the road that I didn't see, and it destroyed the sidewall of my right front tire, meaning I had to replace the tire. You can't just patch a sidewall puncture. And since I drive a Subaru, an all-wheel drive vehicle, that also means I had to replace all 4 of my tires. So that amounted to about $1,000.
I don't think that's true. I think she could have gotten, or he could, I keep doing she. He could have gotten away with, hold on. Let me look that up. Oh, okay. I guess you do. No, it is recommended. Okay, so it is recommended. Doesn't necessarily mean you have to. I mean, you should. Okay, but another option, which probably would have been cheaper. Another option. I'm just looking this up, so I don't know how accurate. I'm not a car guy, but yes, you do have you should would replace all 4 of your tires in an all-wheel vehicle. So that is true. He's 100% correct. But you could do something called truing or tire shaving, where they basically shave the tread down to match the old truck, the other treads. So you'll have to spend a little extra, but probably not nearly close to $1,000 to get a brand new tire and then get it down to the correct diameter. So that is an option you can do for all-wheel drive. So
as you may have guessed, I am very much in the hole by about $5,000, which is not an amount that I will be able to get out from under. It is accumulating interest, and I'm just having trouble with getting ahead of it because my current job only pays me enough for me to break even by the end of the month. So I need your help. Fortunately, once I get this paid off, I should be fine. So long as I don't lose my job again. I am not terrible at finances, despite the appearances. It's just that the costs of being unemployed for 4 months are pretty staggering, especially when you're a trans woman trying to do what you have to do to get certain surgeries.
No. You don't have to get these surgeries. You want to because you're mentally ill. Don't even try that crap.
I'm trying to get bottom surgery. I'm trying to get a tracheal shave, and all of those require doctor's visits and a lot of hair removal.
Yeah, you didn't have to do any of that. You chose to. See, look, I could care less about what people do privately with themselves. Let me finish this. Hold on.
So I'm just, I need your help. Thank
you. Okay, that's fucking it. So I could care less. If you want to do that whole transit, I think you're mentally ill, but I don't really care. Honestly, I really don't care. Live your life. I think what I think. Live you. Do you, boo. Don't give a shit. Okay, there you go. There's my blanket trans stance. Okay, don't give a shit. But if you are financially in the, lost your job for, and we'll see why he lost his job. Now, I will say, I said she a couple times because in my mind, when I look at this person, I think she. So doing something right. All right. A lot better than some fuckers. Like they're like me, full on beard, long hair, and call themselves a chick. This dude is at least making it look like, all right. I in my mind, and I said it a couple times, she. All right, cool. Although initially I was like, this is a dude. And then I said she a couple times. So I knew, but then I still subconsciously still said she. And because of the voice, it's mainly the voice, the soft voice. It makes it all like feminine and shit. But if you lose your job and you got to choose between bills and this trans shit, well then how about this? Okay? You stop doing all that crap. And you put it on hold until you get financially stable. Now, I don't understand it. Maybe you got to make sure you do it regular, or you got to start all over again. But until you get a guaranteed job, you're going to have to quit that crap, okay? You're going to have to quit this crap. You're going to have to hold off. And if it means you got to start over, then you got to start over. But hey, because guess what? If you had just hold off on all that doctor's visit, the shaved crap and all that shit, probably would have had enough money to be fine and not have to beg anymore. So, as I'm not really bad with finances, you kind of are. You're spending money on unnecessary doctor visits, which all these were unnecessary. Let's be honest. I don't give a shit what you think. It was unnecessary doctor visits. But anyways, yeah. So here's the picture of why they were more likely fired. So he's holding a gun and he says, "Trans right or I bites." Now, some people could construe that a lot. I don't know what his job was previously, but if it's a customer service job and they've seen this on the internet, they see you there, may have some concerns. And, you chose to take this picture. And it wasn't just, he made it seem like, oh, I was just standing there. Hold on, let me see what he said
This is a
exactly.
very difficult video.
Okay, so he blames conservatives for this. But it's not true. It's not really conservatives' fault. Because I was thinking, oh, this is odd. Conservatives carrying, giving a shit about someone with a gun. There's something more to this. So obviously he's lying. But anyways, they took a video of me where I was holding a firearm. You weren't just holding a firearm, let's be honest. And attempted to paint me as some kind of terrorist. Okay. So trans rights, or I bites, isn't you just holding a gun. It's making you a statement. And some people could construe that as a threat. If you don't support gun rights or trans rights, I'm going to kill you. Is that reasonable? Maybe. But it's what you can potentially be. I think a lot of reasonable person can view that as a potential threat. If you don't support trans right, I'm going to shoot you. If it would be different if the gun was removed. And I'm all for 2A. Don't get me wrong. But if I had held a gun and I was like, gun rights or I bites, I wouldn't think it was unreasonable for people to assume I'm threatening people with my gun. So I'm all for gun rights. Don't get me wrong. But this is a dumb picture to take. Like, if remove the gun and you just stood there and said trans rights or I bites, probably wouldn't have gotten fired. So this is just a dumb, poor decision. Now, the response by the original, this chick right here, is why I'm thinking this may be an actual joke account or troll account. Because, boom, that's like the fake picture right there. Flush face. It wasn't defending this idiot or anything. So now I'm changing my stance on this person because I thought it was just an actual serious person that actually thought this crap, but maybe it's a joke account. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Anyways, there we go. That's the end of it. That is the end of it. Yay! We're done. We're finally done. I'm sure you've been enjoying hearing my Stream Deck being used a bunch because I have. I've been enjoying using it. But there we go. We're done for the day. So that's the end of it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. That was it's a fairly interesting video, not gonna lie. But yeah, I've given my thoughts. That trans stuff was pretty funny at the end, honestly. Make stupid choices, get your stupid answers, I guess. I don't know. But there we go. All right. So I'll be back 6:30 a.m. tomorrow. Make sure you check me out. Follow me at rumble.com/with Ghost, sorry. And then rumble.com/game with Ghost. Links are in the description. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I sure enjoyed talking to you about it. I hope you all have a good day. Peace out. See you later.